Hello. It's been a long time since we spoke. Yeah, this is awkward. I've always been more of a commentary guy than an actual video person, and vlogging ain't it for me, fam. I have been sitting here for about 3 hours trying to record a video that I have been trying to record repetitively since the 8th of December, and it is currently the 26th at 4:10 in the afternoon. So just know that this is not easy for me. I have tried this over and over and over again, and it's continuously evolving as time goes on. And it's because I don't know exactly what the purpose of it is, but I feel like I have something that I need to say, but I don't know what it is. I know the topics that are important to me right now. I understand how they connect, but I don't feel like I can ever find the outcome, the solution, the thing that really reconciles it and puts it away to where I can stop thinking about it all the fucking time. Maybe it's just finally get one goddamn video out and that I don't delete like I've been doing for 2.5 years. I don't know. Maybe I have some fulfillment when I see a reaction, even if it's people shitting on me on the internet. I miss having thick skin and I miss people liking me. So, hi, I'm going to call this All the Rage with Benjamin Wade. It might just go into a podcast format when it's done, but I didn't want to be insensitive and not give you something to look at, some sort of audio visual. So please just like tab out and do something else while you listen to this, because you're not really going to see anything important, clearly. But I wanted to specifically talk about an issue, a conversation, a hot button issue in the League community, but it's not about League at all. It's about depression, anxiety, ADHD, mental illness, so on and so forth. A little bit of background. It's not necessarily important who said it or why, or even necessarily what he said, but what I want to say might be important to some people who reacted extremely negatively to this specific topic at hand. But Saint Vicious was a former professional League of Legends player. He was actually the head coach for FlyQuest, which is the Milwaukee Bucks, the NBA team's League of Legends franchise. And he was there for the last at least 6 months. I don't know if he was there for the whole 2018 year, but he was their head coach. And on a live stream, somebody in Twitch chat, which I think is very important that we preface that somebody in Twitch chat, he was talking to Twitch chat, he was fed a question on a live stream, and he asked, well, I'll play the clip for you.
Depression a made-up excuse? I think it's a made-up excuse. Like, you don't think that, like, I've, like, been in points in my life where I'm, like, depressed or down or things like that? But then, you know what? I just kind of, like, woke up one day and I'm like, I'm gonna, like, fight my way out of this shit because I'm being a little weak bitch. And I fucking fought my way out of it. And I fucking, like, became a better person. I didn't, like, go look to, like, try to get people to help me or, like, cry about it. I realized, like, I was just being a fucking weak bitch. It's not an illness. I think depression's full of shit. I think depression's just some, like, made-up bullshit. Depression, anxiety, ADHD, all that shit is just fucking made up bullshit. It really is. Don't see what's wrong with getting help. You can get help.
Do I think depression is all made up and people are using it as like an excuse or a crutch? Was the gist of what he was saying. He did say, you don't think I've dealt with depression and been down on my luck? I did, but I didn't dwell on it, and I didn't be a little bitch, and I fixed it. I pulled myself out of it. And he thinks that people who use depression as a crutch are weak, and I don't disagree with him. But I think the specific conversation that it's all made up bullshit was just too vague. And he's already elaborated. He has a video. I'll try and hyperlink it, or you know what I mean. I'll try and put a video insert on an annotation somewhere around the video. Unless YouTube's got rid of annotations already, in which case I'll put a link in the description, or just look up Thorin Saint Vicious. And it's a worthwhile video, specifically because you see a lot more. You get all the context. You get a lot of context and a lot of exposition specifically as to why he said what he said and where he was coming from when he said it. So I don't want to worry about the words used as much as I want to worry about the reactions. So a lot of people got really, really angry at the idea that somebody said it's made up and it's all in your head, and if you fix your life, your depression will go away. But nobody wants to talk about the reality of the situation, because there are people who are naturally chemically imbalanced in the mind. That's true. I have been chronically depressed almost my entire life. As long as I can remember, I have been chronically depressed. Most people, it is environmental, behavioral, or some random outlying effect that really, really negatively impacts their life. And it's usually because it leaves a vacuum in regards to that actual person's ecosystem, honestly. Like, the majority of my issues come in my life. The biggest issues in my life come from my mother was bulimic. Nothing but unhealthy candy, cake, pie, cinnamon buns, whatever when I was younger, right? That was all that was around. And I developed an eating disorder where all I did was eat that because I was eating for feeling, for comfort, or because I was bored and it was there. And I didn't have anybody telling me, God damn it, I hit the space bar and OBS stopped recording. I was eating excessively because nobody told me not to and because it made me feel better. Like I said, eating to satisfy my emotions. And the reason that happened specifically was because I grew up in a household that was both, or all of the above, I guess, verbally, physically, and sexually abusive. So there's a lot of really fucked up baggage that's in my mind, right? And nothing like violent or extremely weird. It's just undeveloped because that specific set of, that like 4 years, 5 years growing up was all I really had as a foundation for a male influence in my life. And then it was absent. And then that vacuum was filled again with the same person who was now not crazy, but was sick and dying, who was then dead and then gone from 10 years old. And the only other male influence in the life literally left on the funeral and I didn't see again for 16 years. And there's literally no relationship there anymore at all, other than technicalities. So I just never really had anybody that taught me right from wrong when it came to like a ethical or a moral thing. And I really had to kind of teach myself through trial and error and just common sense. But a lot of common sense is developed from trial and error. And if you don't try a lot of these things, you don't try and learn how to be confident, how to talk to women, how to interview, how to work hard, and how to put like necessity above your immediate like feelings and like what you want to do, like necessity over desire, really, you get all kinds of fucked up. You get morbidly obese, weigh 400 pounds, and sit inside and play video games 24/7. I've reeled back and had to structure very heavily my relationship with the computer and food and everything that I did. My hobbies, everything. I had to restructure all of it because it wasn't, things that aren't negative were impacting me negatively. And I don't think a lot of people understand just how much their attitude and their environment are responsible for the depression that they're feeling. And I don't want to like make them out to be like the victim and the perpetrator, like the victimizer also, but it's the truth. You can chalk it up to bad parenting and a bad like educational system and a bad understanding of mental health right now, because it's still kind of in its infancy, because what it is versus what people claim it is versus what people say that they have versus what they actually have. And I'm depressed because I'm chemically imbalanced. It's like, you're depressed because you don't sleep well, you don't eat well, your body's all fucked up, your biological clock is all fucked up. I stayed up until 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning playing video games, blue light, everything flashing in my eyes. My brain was never really understanding that it was dark, so my brain was never developing enough serotonin or melatonin or what have you, and I was never getting good sleep, so I'd barely sleep. I'd toss and turn. And if I did sleep, it was shitty sleep. I'd wake up and feel groggy. I wouldn't wake up at the same time every day. I wouldn't go to sleep at the same time. And I would just be up, and I wouldn't eat or drink anything healthy throughout the entire day. And then I would be up again, and I just got increasingly more unhealthy. I got whiter and whiter, and I got whiter and whiter, and just more and more lonely, and like an increasingly less active social life. And it got to a point where I literally had to bottom out and lose everything that I cared about. Everything that I built for myself and everything about myself that I enjoyed. I had to completely deduce down to only what's important, period. And only allow myself to re-implement things, even if it's just playing video games. I have to re-implement these things in productive structures with specific rules in place that allow me to function and allow me to do these things without them becoming unhealthy habits for me, at least until that habit, at least maybe the value of it, offsets the necessity of going to bed at 9 p.m. versus 11 p.m. or something. Making an example here. So my life, when I lost 80 pounds, which has happened multiple times, I'm not going to make another weight loss video because by God, it's like I went from 385 pounds to 281, and then it's like, oh, but I'm 340 again, but I'm 268 now. And it's just like this thing where I go up and down over and over and over again. And it's because I never had enough structure and work ethic to actually stay with something to change my lifestyle. I would be really, really good for a few months. I would have a diet and it would actually work. I would have a workout routine briefly and it would actually work. And I'd be satisfied because I'd feel better. Suddenly it's like, dude, my knees and my back don't hurt just for existing because there's so much less strain on them. Who would have known? I feel great. And then like maybe I stay inside one weekend because none of my friends are free and I don't want to go do anything. So I play video games and maybe I have bad posture and then slowly but surely my shit gets all out of whack and then my back's all fucked. So I'm sitting down more. So I'm playing more games and then that rhythm and that routine just gets fucked up again. And then all of a sudden I'm losing my goddamn mind because I'm inside all the time. I can't tell sunset from sunrise and I'm just isolated. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm depressed and the world's just unfair because they don't accommodate for mental health. It's like, dude, you don't do anything and you shit on yourself. And I'm 26 years old and I'm making a video telling people that it is in your head. And I'm not telling people that you're not to be held responsible or that you should be forcefully held responsible and that you are the only person that can do anything about it. And that it's only your fault. I'm not saying any of that, but what I am saying is that regardless of how or why, you are the one who's responsible for getting out of these things. And you are responsible for living your life in a manner to where you are taking good enough care of yourself to not want to fucking kill yourself. And it's not hard. Wake up and within an hour drink a liter of water. And if you are hungry within the first 2 hours or 4 hours of being awake, have milk or almond milk with like some peanut butter and protein powder. And I guarantee in 2 weeks, your anxiety is going to plummet. I'm not joking. You might not lose all of your anxiety, but if every single day, if you wake up at the same exact time and you have like a consistent high fat, high protein diet in the morning or something, fruit until noon, keto and you just fast, whatever it is, all these different things that you can do to manipulate your neurological like reactions and your actual body's physiology and the way your body reacts to the things that you do and the way that you live. There are things that you can do that will make you feel amazing. I was doing ketogenic and I was doing intermittent fasting. I wouldn't eat anything until 12 in the afternoon or 1 in the afternoon every single day. And I would wake up anywhere around 6:30 to 7:30 and I'll be driving all day and I'd be at work anywhere from until 7 p.m. to 11 o'clock at night. Sorry for hitting the microphone. And around 1 to 3 p.m., if I didn't eat or if I was well hydrated and I had just recently started eating, I got high. Because I would have this feeling where everything felt good. Time was going quickly. I was in a flow state. I was doing everything right. Everything is accurate. Everything's smooth. Everything's working. Because I'm not bogged down by pumping fucking shit in my face. Right? So then I go home and I try to play League of Legends and I'm playing the game better because I have superior mental clarity. I'm not exaggerating. You can do this yourself. And if you build these habits, you will feel better. I am so far from perfect. I'm not saying that like my life's great, do what I did. What I'm saying is that you are responsible for fixing your life, not the rest of the world. Expecting people to mold and bend and acquiesce and just completely structure the way they interact with the world around how you feel while it's subjective and you don't need to change anything about the way that you live is not healthy and it's not realistic. And that expectation to be more gentle about crude but accurate statements cost somebody his job. And I think that's really gross. I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm not saying the situation is good, but I'm saying that people need to take accountability and take responsibility in their own lives. That's it. So you can go ahead and hit this video with a like or a dislike. You can go ahead and either scream at me or start a conversation with me in the comments. I'll probably respond either way unless it's completely unreasonable. And I want to give you part 2 of this video soon. It's about, let me see. I'll actually let you guys in the comments. Let me know. Let me know, A, how you've been in the 2.5 years that I haven't been here. If this is your first time seeing the video, let me know how you found the video. And if you, I don't know. Let me know if you want the next video to be specifically about the worst month of my life, or if you want it to be about me losing. I guess I can condense the 2 into the next video, actually. So fuck it, I'll condense the 2 in the next video. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk, and I'm sorry for not being a good, energetic vlogger. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot I want to talk about. A lot that I want to talk about, but it's not video game related. There's video games are involved, but it's not about video games. So I don't know how to end this.